Absegami High School, Comcast Sports presents high school wrestling tonight. It's the Consolations of Region 8. Hello everyone, with John Vogening. I'm John Mondelli, and Vogue. Another great afternoon of high school wrestling, and a lot of people think the semifinals are the best wrestling you're going to see all weekend.
Well, semifinals are very, very important because, number one, you can't win the championship if you don't win the semifinal. And number two, if you lose in the semifinal and have to wrestle in the consolations, you're one step from elimination for the rest of the year. 1, 2, and 3 goes on to the next round, which we now call the Super Regionals, and that'll be contested at Cherry Hill East High School. And if you don't finish 1, 2, or 3, your season's over.
Well, all year we've been talking about 119 pounds in Vogue. 119 pounds. Tonight in Consolations, there's going to be one wrestler, a very talented wrestler, whose season is over.
That's true, and that's the shame of it all, that they can't all win and go on, or all place and go on. But you're right, 1, 2, and 3 go on, and 119, somebody who's very, very good is not going to make it.
Of course, this afternoon, Jimmy Rollins of West Deptford beat Gary DeBrielle, and Chapman beat Sauer, so it's going to be Sauer and DeBrielle. And as you said, that's for the marbles. But I want to talk about probably the most exciting match, which was 130 pounds. Donnie Fish, who's a freshman sensation from Delsey, and Smith from Washington Township. Fish was up 9-0, and Smith comes back at the end to win that match.
Yeah, Danny Smith was the one who wrestled Mark Mancio in the District 30 finals, and everybody thought he had a real shot at Mancio. Of course, everybody knows Mancio's history, undefeated, a returning state champion. And Donnie Fish took a huge lead in that match, and they went back and forth, and Smith had a couple of big moves, including a 5-point move, and before you know it, the final buzzer rang. He won by a point, and he was on his knees, looked in the corner, looked at the clock. He still didn't know who won.
Okay, and of course only one number 1 seed is gone. That's Tyson from Highland at 189.
Yes, all the seeds have held pretty true. 1, 2, and 3 wrestlers that were seeded 1, 2, or 3 take up 26 of the 28 positions tonight. There are only 2 wrestlers who weren't 1, 2, or 3 who made the finals. One, of course, being Karos Cooper, who beat Joe Ritchie of Oakcrest in a revenge match. They went overtime in a dual meet. Karos Cooper lost. They went overtime today, and Karos Cooper won. But 13 out of 14 number 1 seeds are in the finals, and the only one to lose was Brent Tyson of Highland High School.
Okay, a lot of exciting wrestling coming up. We'll have all the action after this timeout. Back at Absegami High School with John Vogening. I'm John Mondelli. And Vogue, we're going to try and cover the consolations. We have a couple local wrestlers going on, matches going on at the same time, so hopefully we'll be able to catch a little bit of both. We'll start off with the consolations at 112, where we have Ryan O'Hara of Paulsboro and Aaron Kite of Oakcrest. And Kite early in on the takedown, and he has a quick 2-0 lead.
Aaron Kite, a freshman, 22 wins, 6 losses this year. One of his losses was administered by Ryan O'Hara. It's a 5-3 decision in the dual meet. Other losses by Kite are Rich Fielding of Belvedere in a 26-second fall. Tony Crespo of St. Augustine, the freshman that O'Hara beat on Friday night. He lost to Crespo 8-2. He lost to Ryan Bridge of Absegami 2 times by decision and by fall. And he lost to Jeff Smith of Washington Township 8-6. That was earlier today. Ryan O'Hara, of course, people have seen him many times this year. Paulsboro's sophomore, 25 wins and 4 losses. He lost in the opening tournament of the year up in Caldwell to Phil DeBetta of Somerdale by fall. He lost to Christian Staler of Great Bridge and to Tiante Gray of Denby, both Virginia wrestlers in the Deep Creek tournament. His other loss was in the semifinals of this tournament to Ryan Bridge of Absegami, 10-8.
And of course, he pinned Bridge, I believe, in the dual meet this year.
In the dual meet, a very close match that they were having, and O'Hara happened to catch Bridge on about the 3rd Granby that Bridge tried, caught him and stuck him, and that was the difference in that match. It was a very close match until that time. And of course, we don't know how healthy O'Hara's back is. He aggravated it against Phillipsburg after hurting it a little bit against West Deptford. He didn't wrestle in the groups. Locally or in the state groups, came back and wrestled in the districts and wasn't really tested there. And here in the regional tournament, he wrestled that freshman from St. Augustine, Tony Crespo, and hurt his back in that match before he really exploded in the final period to run away with that bout.
40 seconds left. O'Hara with the reversal, and it's 2-2.
Ties it up. This is the stepping stone to the next level. This is the bout for 3rd and 4th in Region 8. If you lose here, your season's over. If you win here, you wrestle in the next round of the state tournament, more affectionately known as the Super Regionals, and that will be contested on a Tuesday night at Cherry Hill East High School. 2 rounds that night. The second from Region 8 wrestles a third from Region 7. In the first round, the loser of that round is done for the year. In the second round, the winner of the first round wrestles, and even if he loses in the second round, he continues into the state tournament. The officials on the mat that we're watching, Alan Maloney, a former regional champion himself. Looks like O'Hara's got an injured face. His assistant, Matt Rico.
Okay, we'll probably switch over now. Let's check out the other match. Each wrestler with a takedown, 20 seconds left in the first period. Parker from Pensgrove, Antonio Parker, got the early takedown and escape from Mancuso, and then Mancuso with the takedown. He's up 3-2 in the final 10 seconds of period number 1.
Mancuso, of course, in the red, Parker in the green, Parker in the red. Kyle Mancuso, a freshman, 20 wins and 4 losses this year. Twice he lost to the wrestler going for the championship this evening, Ivan Wiggins of Sterling. Once to C.J. Mays, the other wrestler going for the championship tonight. And once to Ryan O'Hara. He moved up a weight to wrestle Ryan O'Hara in the dual meet. And O'Hara is going for third place.
What's interesting about this match, the Pensgrove coach, a former wrestler at West Deptford.
That's Mario Araldi.
Okay, O'Hara looks fine. Well, actually, is he fine? I guess he's sitting down. I guess he's
lost by default.
He's done.
I don't know what time that was, that default time.
11 seconds, it looked like, left in the first period when it ended. So Ryan O'Hara's season has ended. Unfortunate ending to O'Hara's season.
11 seconds were left?
That's what it looked like, 11 seconds. We'll continue now in the second period. 4-2 lead for Kyle Mancuso of West Deptford.
Tell you a little bit about Antonio Parker. He's not a bad wrestler either, John. He's a junior from Pensgrove, 29 wins and 3 losses this year. He lost to Chris Thomas of Pittman by fall. We saw him in the District 29 tournament. Josh Silver of Vineland, 4-3, and C.J. Mays earlier today, who's going for the championship. We lost to him by fall. 49 wins and 9 losses in Parker's career. He had a broken arm his freshman year, didn't really compete, so all his wrestling's been the last 2 years.
Mancuso up 4-2, a minute left in the second period. And there's Mancuso with the quick takedown. He's now up 6-2. Mancuso is part of that great 1-2 punch for West Deptford this season. Actually, 1-2-3 punch with, we see there's the wrong score, Kite and O'Hara. It's, okay. Great lightweights for West Deptford this year when you can have Mancuso and Schilling, who ended up getting hurt against Oakcrest in the South Jersey groups, and Jimmy Rollins. West Deptford a lot of times got off to a quick start on their way to a Group 3 state championship.
I noticed that O'Hara is still being attended to over there by the trainers. A lot of concern with his mouth. He must have taken quite a shot in the choppers, and I don't know if there's broken teeth involved or what, but they're still attending to him in the corner.
And hopefully we can get in
the trainer's corner
an idea what happened. Here's a reversal for Parker. It's now 6-4 with 7 seconds left. And a lot of times today in the semis, a lot of points scored in the final 10 seconds. And here's an escape for Mancuso, and he's up 7-4. I see a lot of points scored in the last 10 seconds. And it's like, you know, in hockey, you don't want to see a goal in the final minute. In wrestling, you don't want to give up those points late.
No, and I saw that quite often today as well. You were here, you saw it, and I saw it. Points in the last 10 seconds, 12 seconds. It's simply amazing.
Freestyle start, the escape for Parker at 7-5. Mancuso obviously confident on his feet, and even if he should be taken down, he has a chance to escape and take the 8-7 lead. So he's up 7-5.
Mancuso is quite a impressive freshman. I've been impressed with him. I've seen him several times this year. To win 20 matches, 13 by fall, 3 by major decision. That's pretty good. 16 of his 20 wins bonus point wins for his team.
129. There's Parker in on the leg. Mancuso trying to fight it off. He's got to watch he doesn't get put on his back, and he's taken down 7-7. And this is the question I always ask Voj, do you let him go now or you try and hold him down?
Well, I think
there's the answer.
There's the answer right there. He's gonna let
and
him
he
go.
got a little sloppy.
And he got reversed.
Little sloppy. Let him go, and then it pulled. He just relaxed too much. 9-7.
Parker comes in as the number 6 seed. He advanced through the first round with a 7-5 win over Brian Dempsey of Absegami. And then he lost to C.J. Mays of Oakcrest, the number 2 seed, by a fall in 1 minute and 8 seconds. Kyle Mancuso came in as the number 5 seed. He won his first match 13-4 over Josh Silver of Vineland. And then Mancuso lost 7-5 to Ivan Wiggins of Sterling. New system this year, John, in determining seeds. That long, drawn-out seeding meeting that used to go on Sundays has been eliminated. There were.
If we look at Parker, he was holding his dribble a little bit earlier. He might have got hit there, and now they finally stopped the match with 25 seconds left. Mancuso up 9-7.
With an injury timeout. I was mentioning about the seeding this year. It was predetermined seconds and thirds. Their wrestling. They wrestled on a Tuesday night, and then criteria was gathered, and the seeding meeting for the region was very similar to what goes on in the state now. And the interesting thing about the seeding is that in the finals tonight, there are 13 wrestlers who are seeded number 1. 13 out of 14 weight classes have the number 1 seed alive. 9 number 2 seeds remain. 4 number 3, 1 number 4, and 1 number 6. And that number 6 is that freshman Karos Cooper from Paulsboro.
Yeah, he had a really big win this afternoon.
A revenge win.
There we see Kyle Mancuso showing him off, a former wrestler at Highland Regional High School.
Highland and Gloucester County College. Of course, Ralph Ross Jr., the head coach at West Deptford this year.
Group 3 state champs. 2 schools winning state champs within, 3 or 4 miles from each other.
Yes.
Colonial Conference, pretty proud. They had South Jersey champs in groups 1, 2, and 3.
South Jersey champs in 1, 2, and 3. And Sterling, the Group 2 South Jersey champion, wrestled every state champion team there was this year, John. They wrestled Paulsboro. They wrestled West Deptford. They wrestled Phillipsburg, and they wrestled Camden Catholic.
And South Plainfield.
And South Plainfield, that's right, in Group 2 states. South Plainfield, the only other undefeated team in the state this year with Paulsboro, won the state Group 2 championship. Sterling came in 3rd.
I'm sure they'll argue for number 1, but obviously it looks like Paulsboro will end up getting it. Here's the escape. 9-8, so it's going to have to come down to a takedown in the final 13 seconds. Parker's got to be aggressive. He can't back up. 7 seconds. And you can see Parker's hurt, and Mancuso's going to advance.
That's it.
1 second, that's it.
And you can see Parker bend over at the end. Those ribs are bothering him, but Kyle Mancuso, the freshman from West Deptford High School, wins the 103-pound consolation bout, and he will advance to the Super Regionals.
We're going to take a look at the 119-pound consolation vote, because this is an interesting one, because we talked about how loaded this weight class is. And John Sauer or Gary DeBriel, their season's going to end. One of their seasons going to end, and of course, DeBriel's head's taped up. Well, he got hit with somebody's tooth.
He was wrestling on Friday night.
I think it was P.J. Ryan.
P.J. Ryan of Gateway High School, and they went in a neutral position, and Ryan's mouth evidently hit DeBriel in the top of the head, and what happened was that caused a gash, and it caused a bleeding to start, and DeBriel had to get wrapped up, and he continued on. He beat Ryan 11-4.
And as we're looking over at the other matches, 119 gets ready to start. That's 125. It's Brad Alcorn.
Brad Alcorn of Sterling and Tim Becker of Absegami going at it. 125-pound consolation bout.
Just to give you a feel for all the action going on over here as we go over to the other mat now. 119, Sauer and DeBriel.
John Sauer of Sterling is a sophomore, 20 wins and 4 losses this year. Gary DeBrielle of Overbrook, a junior, 26 wins and 5 losses this year.
And we'll try and get a shot of them over on the other mat. 30 seconds in.
Gary DeBrielle, by the way, John, has a very talented sister who runs track and field, Tara DeBrielle. If you see that name, they are related. They're brother and sister.
You have all the information. 40 seconds in, still no score. Okay, I think we're looking at the wrong scoreboard here. Correct. Sauer in the legs, and he'll get the takedown 1 minute into the first period. So Sauer with a 1-0 lead.
That's
or 2-0 lead, I'm sorry.
First scoring of that match. You mentioned Sauer, 4 losses. He lost to Chapman of Absegami 3-1. He lost to Jimmy Rollins of West Deptford 4-3. He lost twice in the Beast of the East tournament.
He also beat Chapman this year.
Yep. Gary DeBrielle, a junior, 26 and 5 this year. He lost to Dan Smith of Washington Township 8-6 in overtime at 130 pounds. He lost to Clinton Hicks of Eastring 7-5. Lost to Dave Chapman 9-6. John Sauer 7-5 and Jimmy Rollins
Sauer's
15-9.
in trouble here though. Reversed and we have some back points.
Got the count going. That's Sandy Hendricks, the official on that mat. You can see DeBrielle's head looks like a mummy's head. The wrapping. On a mission.
We'll get at least 3. 10 seconds left. DeBrielle's the junior. Sauer's just a sophomore. And we'll end the first period. Gary DeBrielle of Overbrook up 5-2.
Of course, last year, Gary DeBrielle was a 112-pound champion. Beat Tom Becker of Absegami here in Region 8. So he was a champion last year, wrestling for 3rd this year. Has the lead.
2 minutes. As we get ready to start period number 2.
DeBrielle last year beat a former regional champion, Matt Hunkler of Paulsboro, 5-0 in the semifinals.
Meanwhile, 125, Brad Alcorn finishes 3rd. Alcorn from Sterling, who's had a fine year. We talked about that. Meanwhile, Gary DeBrielle still in control. He's on top. He has the 5-2 lead.
And on tag mat 2 at 140, Juan Rodriguez Jr., Lee Manini of Edgewood.
And Brad Alcorn won 3-2 over Tom Becker. And Tom Becker a year ago was 2nd to Gary DeBrielle. So Gary DeBrielle wrestling for his life here, wrestling for a 3rd place to continue on. And Tom Becker, who finished 2nd last year and did move on, will not move on this year.
DeBrielle still in control. 5-2, 1 minute left, second period. From Absegami High School, a little bit later on, we'll be bringing you the finals. Some history could be made tonight. As Lade Black goes for his 4th region title, and I think he can tie Matt Suter tonight, right?
Ties Matt Suter for the state record in total wins, and he could also join an elite company with a 4th consecutive regional title. On the other mat, I looked over and we have Brandon Becker, the freshman from Kingsway, going at it with Donnie Fish, the freshman from Delsey.
And we'll go over there at the conclusion of this match. 5-2, 35 seconds left. In the second period, DeBrielle in control the whole period. Matter of fact, we'll probably swing over there at the end of the second period of this match.
I think they're still scoreless on that match.
Yeah.
That DeBrielle seems to be in control in his match.
As you see, the final 13 seconds coming up.
10 seconds.
So Gary DeBrielle leads after 2 periods, 5-2. We'll go over to the other mat. There's a lot of action happening early.
Oh, brother. Is there ever?
And these are two of the freshmen you heard coming into the year who could really make an impact in wrestling, and it's Donnie Fish from Delsey and Brandon Becker.
I think Becker got the first points there. I think he got a takedown, and I think Fish reversed him and put him on his back.
4-2.
Just got the report on Ryan O'Hara why he defaulted out of that match. He broke his jaw.
Yeah, Bojan, he's on his way to Atlantic County Medical Center. 4-4, reversal by Becker.
Two impressive freshmen, John. I've seen them both. Of course, Rob Becker, Brandon's brother, is now down at George Mason University. And on this date, he was wrestling for the CAA championship in the championship tournament. And if he wins that, he's one of the favorites at that weight class. If he wins that, he goes to St. Louis in the NCAA tournament. Here's his freshman brother, Brandon, who's had a great year.
And I think he already pinned Fish in a dual meet this year.
Well, I'd like to tell you specifically that, except that the return sheet that was turned in by the Delsey coach is very, very skimpy. It doesn't tell who those losses were to, and we know that
I believe
Fish
I'm
had
right.
7 losses.
Right. I believe I'm right on that one.
But Becker has 5 losses, and 2 of them were to Mark Manchio. One was to Smith of Washington Township, and I imagine the other 2 were probably in the Beast of the East tournament. That form isn't filled out a whole real good either. We're missing a couple of losses there. Becker with 12 falls this year, 2 tech falls and 5 majors. He's a very offensively productive wrestler.
4-4 as we get ready for the second period.
And Gary DeBriel on the other mat is in control. He's leading 6-2 in the final 30 seconds of that match.
Of course, Donnie Fish, we talked about him in the opening, had a 9-0 lead on Smith today in the semifinals and lost a heartbreaker at the buzzer. And there's Becker with the takedown and a 6-4 lead.
That was a wild match with Fish and Smith.
Becker just looks like he's fundamentally sound. He knows what he's doing, like he's been out there forever.
He has a savvy of a wrestler that belies his age. A very talented freshman. And on the other mat, Gary DeBriel did win.
10-2.
Dominated 6-2.
10-2 final.
10-2 final. Sorry about that.
Meanwhile, Brandon Becker in control. He has a 6-4 lead over Donnie Fish of Delsey.
That match that you alluded to earlier with Dan Smith of Washington Township, the Fish had the 5-0 lead, and that wasn't decided until the final seconds, and Smith ended up with a 14-13 lead. As we mentioned in the lead-in coming in here, he got up on his knees at the end of that match, looked at the scoreboard, looked at this corner. He wasn't sure who won.
Look out, Becker's in a little bit of trouble here. Stays composed.
Becker, you're going to hear from him for the next 3 years. Well, you hear from both of them. They're both freshmen.
And we have a stalemate. Of course, Jesse Castro, the coach of Kingsway, has a Delsey connection. Correct, Voj? Steve Isles,
yes.
The former coach at Delsey.
Yes.
I think
And now the athletic director is Jesse Castro. Jesse and Steve went to college together down south. Jesse then went up to Vermont, Norwich, I believe. It was a college. Yeah.
North.
Up to Vermont, was a college coach up there for a number of years. In the corner with him was Adam Goldstein, a former wrestler at Vineland High School.
Becker on top, trying to work for some back points.
The referee blocking our view is Matt Rico from the Southern Shore chapter. He moves out of the way. Thank you.
What about Fish on the bottom, Voj?
Well, Donnie Fish, you know, interestingly, he started out the beginning of the year at Delsey at a much lower weight class and disappeared for a while, and then came back and at a higher weight class. And the first time that I got to see him wrestle, he impressed me because he pinned that Karros Cooper of Paulsboro. See John Kane in the corner there on the right-hand side, Danny Calhoun. Former Washington Township wrestler, Gloucester County College All-American.
Wasn't he a former Highland and Washington Township wrestler?
Highland and Washington Township. Then he went down to North Carolina.
Final 2 minutes. Becker with the lead. He starts on the bottom. Official try and turn him. If he can, I'm sure he's just going to have to let him go and try and work from the top. And there's the escape. 7-4.
Fish is dangerous on his feet. He flipped
I did see that.
a couple wrestlers around with upper
But
body
he's in a little
moves,
bit of trouble here.
But Brandon Becker's ready for the upper body moves. Nothing yet. See the official with his outstretched arms. There is no takedown yet.
There's
Spin
Becker.
behind, gives it.
Nice move by Becker.
Oh, he's smooth. What kind of score do we have now?
9-4.
Very impressive, Brandon Becker. I like that first name too, Brandon.
You like that, huh?
I like that.
You know, last week after the districts, finally had a chance to go introduce myself to his dad. I mentioned several times. Lives 3 houses down from me.
The attorney.
I was wondering if that was going to get called. There's a warning on Fish, who tries to pop out. Becker holding on to the leg.
If I named my firstborn Brandon instead of Mark, maybe we wouldn't have had a big rig.
Nah. Brandon Vogeting. That doesn't flow.
Brandon Becker flows. He flows well on the mat. He's got a great future.
And I'll tell you what, the lightweights, if Kingsway can get some upper weights, they're going to make a lot of noise in the state.
Well, they had some talented wrestlers coming back. That Ross this year in the wrestling lineup, he showed a promising future. Jared Vallejo, of course, the Sledgehammer.
And Apartment Leon last year finished 3rd, I believe.
Tim Pence was in his tournament and did well. Wrestled well. He didn't place, but he wrestled well.
So, yeah, they have a lot of guys coming back. You know, Torado had a fine season.
Louis Torado.
Brandon Becker, total control with 14 seconds left. It's 9-5. Fish trying to be aggressive. He needs a big move here in the final 10 seconds.
Loves those upper body moves. We got a stalling warning against Becker for backing off.
7 seconds, though.
Fish in on the shot.
Becker's going to hold on. He's going to advance. That's it. Final score, 9-5. Brandon Becker from Kingsway over Donnie Fish of Delsey. We'll take a break and come back after this timeout. Back at Absegami High School as we get ready for the consolation at 152. We want to take a look back at 112, Oj, and why don't you tell us what happened here with Ryan O'Hara and Aaron Kite?
We see Ryan O'Hara on top here, and he breaks his man to the mat. And very shortly here, you're going to see him switch over to the opposite side. He's going to start on the right as he goes towards the out of bounds. Now he's going to step back over to the right here. He's going to try and get a Hamilton ride in here, or some kind of a move where he's going to try and get a tilt. Breaks him down. He's going to step across to his left. There he flies across to the left, reaches through the crotch, goes for the Hamilton ride, and he's going to come across here, try and get a tilt as he goes, as he rolls under the hip of his opponent, comes right down on his jaw and breaks his jaw right there. Watch O'Hara when he gets up. He's holding his face. He'll get up. He's in pain. Watch him lift his leg, left leg. He's hurt right there. They took him down right away, broken jaw.
Yeah, I'm sure Paul Spur, and of course Ryan O'Hara had high hopes, but obviously he's taken down to the hospital and hopefully he's doing okay. 152-pound consolation. We have Mike Barikian of Sterling and Chris Miller of Deptford. You know, Miller went the first minute and 2.5 minutes, I guess, scoreless against Lade Black before he was reversed and then later, I think, was pinned.
Yes, he was pinned in the second period, 3:23. Miller is an impressive wrestler. We saw him in District 29. 19 wins and 3 losses here. Of course, he had that ankle injury, that torn tendon in the ankle, which hampered him right before the districts. He lost about 10 matches. 19-3 right now. He lost to Tunstall by injury default. He lost to Taylor 6-4, and he lost to Black by a fall. Taylor, of course, Floyd Taylor, and he came back and he avenged that on Friday night here. He beat Floyd Taylor 14-6. Miller was the number 5 seed in this tournament. He advanced into the semis, lost to Lade Black by a fall of 323. Mike Barikian, son of the Collingswood High School football coach, he enters this bout with a record of 27-6. He was the number 3 seed, had a very emotional battle with Maurice Tunstall of West Deptford and lost 7-4.
And he's in a lot of trouble right now. There's Miller's aggressiveness. And you know what? Got a little sloppy with it.
Yes, he did. Take your time.
We saw Miller last week, District 29 in the Consolations. He was wrestling on one leg.
Oh, he had to take his injury time out. The one session, he had to take both his injury timeouts. One more injury timeout.
Look
at this.
Ricky in trouble again.
Oh my. Little cradle time. Give him back count. Very, very tough for Bricky to come back and wrestle this match after his heartbreaking loss to Tunstall 7-4.
Trails 5-0 first period.
Miller attempted a tilt. Barikian's going to battle out of it. Got the escape.
Right at the buzzer.
Like you said, 8 points. You've seen him all day, John.
(5-1). First Deptford coached by Joe Hollywood, a state champion in his day.
First, second, and third in 3 trips to the state.
And at 145, John Wenger to Delsey just advanced with, I think it was a 10-3 win.
10-3 decision. According to the scoreboard, he beat Chaz Quixill, who wrestled a year ago at Cherry Hill East and this past year at Sterling.
145, John Wonder, Delsey. They third place with a score 10-3. On deck, match 1.
It's 5-3, a minute 30 left, second period. Barikian on top.
Miller with the lead, Barikian on top, you're right. On the other mat, getting ready to start is Redmond of Paulsboro and O'Donnell of Highland.
Of course, Vogt, conditioning's got to be a factor for Miller in this match with the injury and the bad leg.
I would say.
Oh, almost with the reversal. Barikian still in control. Miller very active on the bottom.
Of course, we saw Barikian in that match against Paulsboro. That's where DJ Kama got hurt. Barikian was winning the match late in the third period, and he picked Kama off the mat, didn't bring him back safely. It was an illegal slam. Kama couldn't continue, went to the hospital, won by injury default, and then had to miss 4 or 5 matches.
You know, Barikian was in that same situation this afternoon. I mean,
Yep.
he was, I guess, slammed. They awarded a penalty point against Tunstall in favor of Barikian, but Barikian did manage to get up, and Tunstall did hold on for that victory.
Yeah.
Doing a nice job on top here. Trying to get Miller in a little bit of trouble.
Well, if he breaks the plane, he's going to get a count. Referee Al Maloney down there looking in.
Nothing yet. Somehow I think this is going to come down to a takedown in the third period. 19 seconds left in the second, 5-3. Chris Miller. Couple seniors.
We'll keep you abreast of the match over there where Isaac Redmond is wrestling, John. The freshman from Paulsboro is wrestling O'Donnell, the sophomore from Highland, and there's no score late in the first period. Keith O'Donnell was the number 3 seed, and Isaac Redmond was the number 5 seed.
No back point. I'm sorry, Boge. No back points on that little exchange there, and we head to the third period, 5-3.
Now, Chris Miller, what's he do here? Does he try and ride for a while, or does he cut the man loose?
Well, I think if he has the lead, I try and ride for a while, but don't get too sloppy where you get reversed.
Chris Miller, Deptford, senior.
And Deptford had some pretty good wrestlers this year.
Yes, they did.
14 weights, just a bit too much for them this year, but they have, you know, Jesse Aquino, Alex Aquino, Jimmer Donapel, of course Miller here. Jim Donnerpel. Matter of fact, in the finals at 140 pounds last year, he finished 4th in Region 8.
Mike Barikian with 95 wins coming into this bout, 95-23 in his 4-year varsity career. You see the escape.
It's 5-4. Here we go. I said it would come down to a takedown.
Yes, you did. Chris Miller, 73 wins and 21 losses going into this bout. So they've been around. They've wrestled varsity all 4 years, the two of them.
Oh, Miller, got to watch out. Still has the leg of Barikian.
Barikian battling him.
And I tell you what the key was, Barikian holding Miller down most of that second period, not letting him get out, because that could turn out to be a big point when this is all over.
Barikian very close to a takedown here. He's got the near side cradle. If he can knock him off his base, he's going to end up with 2 points.
He's got to try and bring him back in, though. He's got to watch out. He's going to spin around and get the 2.
There it is. Talked about a takedown. That puts Barikian in the lead.
6-5, 33 seconds left.
Miller's got to battle for his life here. The season's over. Oh, my.
There's the reverse.
Oh, brother.
Did he get it yet? He ain't get
Yes,
it.
he got it.
now.
There it is.
Now he's got to hold him down.
Got a
25 seconds left.
1 point lead.
I'm sensing overtime, Voj.
Oh, brother. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Look out, he just got
Oh, my.
reversed.
There's a reversal.
9 seconds left.
Do or die. 9 seconds. He has to escape or it's all over.
8-7. Three seconds. And Barikian's going to hold on in advance.
Final score.
Looks like 8-7, Mike Barikian.
8-7, Mike Barikian.
Okay, look out on the other mat now. Still scoreless, 10 seconds left. O'Donnell and Redmond, and I'll tell you, Redmond's in a lot of low-scoring matches, 5 seconds in the second period. Stalemate, or we'll just run the period out, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to go to the third, scoreless. Now, I'm not sure who had choice in the second, but they started neutral, and it looked like Redmond chose the neutral because it looks like O'Donnell's going to start on the bottom here.
Well, Redmond has a huge battle in front of him here. He has to hold the man down for the entire 2 minutes, or he's going to have to cut him loose and go for a takedown to win the match. Isaac Redmond, a freshman, 25 wins, 6 losses. Keith O'Donnell, a sophomore, 24 wins and 4 losses. O'Donnell's been here before. This is the first trip in for Redmond.
And Redmond lets him go. There's the escape. I'm shocked, I guess, Voj, at Redmond's choice to take neutral in the second period. Is he not good at on the bottom?
Well, he's good on the bottom, but I think he felt more confident, and his coaches felt he would be more confident on his feet. A year ago, O'Donnell made the finals at 152 pounds.
Redmond's in trouble here. O'Donnell in on the leg.
O'Donnell lost 7-3 to Lade Black.
Tell you what, I've seen Redmond fight off a lot of takedowns this year. Must be strong.
Very, very strong. Great athletic future for the young man. He does have strength, he does have speed. But when you get to this level, you also have to have wrestling ability. Strength and speed, but 2 ingredients.
1 minute left.
O'Donnell's been here before. He knows how to protect himself out there.
And right after this match, we're going to go over to the 171 match with Edison Burke, Triton, and Clayton. But right now we have 56 seconds left in this match. Redmond needs a takedown to take the lead. 45 seconds left.
He got a takedown late in the match against Catania earlier today in the semifinals. Catania of Edgewood to take a lead, and with about 10 seconds to go, he got reversed and lost 6-5.
Stalling against Paulsboro. 1 point for O'Donnell. That's a big point. 2-0.
Big point. 2-0 deficit now with 30 seconds to go. It's almost impossible to overcome. when you have to take the opponent down, he knows you have to take him down. O'Donnell's second at 152 a year ago.
Stalling against O'Donnell. There's the leg. He's going to run out of room.
2
And
points.
the takedown, 2-2, 11 seconds. It looks like Rob Molosky's going to come over, the Highland assistant.
11 seconds to go. We got a tie match. We could be looking at overtime. Of course, this is where Redmond got hurt this afternoon, John. He had a 1-point lead with 10 seconds to go. Couldn't hold the man for 10 seconds. Got reversed. And that's how he ended up in the consolation match.
That stall point can hurt big time here. He's got to hold his man down and then go to overtime. So the only takedown of the match is for Redmond. However, he has to hold his man down just to hope he has overtime. And O'Donnell tries to jump out. Redmond holding on. O'Donnell active on the bottom, 6 seconds. Look out. Redmond hanging on. What do we got? 2 seconds left.
2 seconds to go. Did a great job of following that roll as O'Donnell tried to roll, tried a little bit of a Granby.
And we're going to have overtime.
We are. Overtime. 2-2.
You know what it is, Voj? Redmond knew he didn't get the full 6 minutes of camera time, so he forced overtime. Meanwhile, in the other match, it looks like John Edis was forced to end his match early due to injury, and it looks like Dustin Burke advanced. We're in overtime, minute 48 left. O'Donnell in on the leg, Redmond trying to hold on. He's got to watch. One stall on either wrestler, and the match is over. We have a caution on Highland. 140. Winner keeps going. Loser goes home.
And Dustin Burke, we didn't get a chance to watch him.
Oh, look out. O'Donnell has Redmond's head. 128 left. He's going to try and trip.
He's got him tied up pretty well, upper body.
Talked about Redmond's strength, though, trying to fight this off. And he's doing a good job. I'm going to go out. We'll go back to the center.
He's got to take some shots here. That's Dustin Burke, I was going to say, quite a talented athlete. He's going to Stockton next year to play soccer.
Oh, there's Redmond in on the leg.
If he lifts him, he's got to lift him.
He's got to watch out, though,
He's got to stay
Voj.
balanced. He's going to be in trouble unless he turns hard.
He's got to get his arm out.
Oh, brother!
And he's got a little bit of trouble.
Not
Look out.
yet, not yet.
He's got to watch out now, Voj. That's I don't think he knew what was going on there.
Again, he's got to drive and lift.
I think he thought he had the match, and he wasn't aware of what was going on. We're going to get a stalemate here.
Oh, brother.
Oh, I don't know about that call.
Oh, brother.
Oh. I think Redmond thought he had the match, Voj. No, O'Donnell's going to use some injury time.
Again, a freshman mistake. You got to follow that move all the way through. Complete your moves.
I'm assuming you didn't agree with the stalemate call there, huh?
No, not a little bit. But then again, I'm not paid to be an official, so. I thought they were still sparring a sparring position for the takedown attempt.
First, after this match, we'll bring you the 189 consolation, and then we'll get ready for the finals. .46 seconds left in the overtime. That ends injury time there for O'Donnell. They stop it. They'll go back to the center.
Takedown decides it. If they go to 2 minutes, they don't get a takedown. Then they go to that tiebreaker system. Flip of the disc. Either ride the man out or you come off the bottom.
Isaac Redmond, all his losses have been close, Voj.
Yes, they have. He's lost to some quality individuals.
Redmond again in on the leg. O'Donnell doing a nice job fighting it off. Now we're going to hear the Paulsboro people looking for stalling. 28 seconds. think Redmond would be more confident just to have it end here.
18 seconds to go when they go out of bounds.
There you see the clock. All the way to the side at a coin flip, Boj. That's what it's going to come down to.
This is it. Going to the tiebreaker, 30 seconds. Flip the disc. It comes up green.
And Redmond's going to have to hold O'Donnell down for 30 seconds.
Virtually an impossible task.
Of course, remember the Phillipsburg-Paulsboro match when Kama got out in the final 2-3 seconds.
Well, as experienced as O'Donnell is, John, I don't think it'll take 30 seconds. Either gets out in the first 10, 15 seconds or he won't get out. And of course, Redmond has a stalling warning and they carry over. Well, he held him for 13 seconds, John. I guess miracles are possible.
Would they call stalling in this situation?
Oh, absolutely they can.
No, that's not what I asked you, Boj. There's O'Donnell, quick stand up. Redmond with the ankle, he's got to look out. Holding on, 10 seconds.
Brother. Oh, brother.
Got to hold on for about 7 seconds. O'Donnell with a nice move.
Oh, brother. Oh, my. Oh,
Nothing
brother.
yet, nothing yet. What happened? Neutral. At the buzzer, O'Donnell wins. I'll tell you, Isaac Redmond came close twice today.
2 overtime tiebreaker.
We'll stay on this mat. For 189. Alexis Aquino, 24-4, going up against Brent Tyson, who was the #1 seed. He's 25-3. Tyson from Highland.
And again, we'd like to tell you who the 3 losses are to, but the coaching staff of Highland chose not to turn in a form. I guess that paperwork is a little bit tough for him to do. Alexis Aquino, 24-4 this year. He lost to Mendenhall. He'll be wrestling for the title tonight 2 times. He lost to Dustin Burke by fall, and he lost to Jubilee by fall. Jubilee from Delsey High School. Alexis Aquino, a sophomore. Brent Tyson, the #1 seed, a senior, 25-3. He lost to David Wise of Oakrest. We know one of the losses because we saw it. He got taken down in the last 10 seconds of that match to lose 5-4.
First, what's interesting, Aquino beat Adam Farris, who's the #1 seed from, or #2 seed from Edgewood, and Farris is the guy at hand at Mendenhall, his only loss of the season.
That was the big early upset in this tournament. Alexis Aquino coming in as the #7 seed, and he wrestled Adam Farris on Friday night, beat him 6-3. And you're right, Farris is the one that beat Mendenhall 5-1 back in December in a dual meet. It was the only loss that Mendenhall has this year. He's 29-1 going into the finals.
4-1 lead for Tyson. He's going to, looks like he's going to let Aquino loose. And he does. Two tough losses for Paulsboro in this Consolations. Of course, Ryan O'Hara forcing to
injury default.
Right, due to a broken jaw.
Yeah.
And then losing that close one in the final, what, 1 or 2 seconds?
1 second to go, looked like to me, John. They went out of bounds with 10 seconds to go. They started fresh, the referee's position, and O'Donnell used a series of rolls, and Redmond was following him pretty good until the very last roll, and he tried to come up behind him and didn't get him quick enough, and O'Donnell was able to turn and face him at the line, and that broke the control, and that gave him the point.
Meanwhile, other local wrestlers so far, we've seen Kyle Mancuso of West Deptford. He's advanced. Chris Miller lost a tough one to Mike Barikian of Sterling. And right now, we're looking at Alexis Aquino. And, of course, Dustin Burke winning injury default at 171 for Clayton.
Alexis Aquino has an older brother, Jesse, who was in his tournament. Jesse Aquino was the number 5 seed at 135 pounds. His season ended on Friday night. He took a 24-0 record on the mat against Paul Vaccaro of Absegami High School, lost 3-1. Paul Vaccaro lost earlier this evening in a consolation bout to Joe Ritchie of Oakcrest, 5-3 in overtime. Vaccaro earlier in the semifinals had lost to Mike Laterzo of Washington Township, 17-9.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about the Washington Township wrestlers today is that they go the full 6 minutes. There's 2 or 3 of their guys just never quit. And obviously the big one is Smith at 130. But a couple of those guys just kept wrestling, and that's why they're alive.
They're perpetual motion out there. They have skill, they have strength, they have speed. Good ingredients.
4-2 lead for Tyson. 5-2 lead now for Tyson as we start period number 2. Aquino trying to shoot. Blocked off by Tyson. Of course, Jesse, the senior, is what? 50 pounds lighter than the younger Alexis.
Yeah, well, Alexis pushed him away from the table. Alexis got all the goodies.
His brother Jesse was a District 29 champ at 135 pounds. Lost in the quarterfinals.
Brent Tyson was quite a football player this year for the Tartans.
In the Highland corner, Ralph Ross Sr. and Rob Malowski. Speaking of it, one of those thrilling overtime matches, I think Malowski was in an overtime match Region 8 against Jason Suter one year.
Lost to him.
Right. I think it was Jason Suter's junior year that happened.
Ralph Ross Sr., of course, the father of Ralph Ross Jr., who coaches West Deptford.
And there you take a look at him, and here's
older
Malowski.
Ralph, and there's Rob Malowski. Older Ralph reported to be the principal of the new high school going up in that Gloucester Township district. Question is, if he gets that job, will he still continue to coach? Is the winningest wrestling coach in New Jersey history with over 600 wins.
Yeah, he's up there in a national.
Yeah, nationally ranks, I believe, 3rd or 4th. You see Joe Hollywood.
Mike McConville, former wrestler at Gloucester Catholic, former assistant to Guy Davidson at Kingsway when they won a Group 2 title.
Joey Hollywood, of course, we mentioned, a former state champion. He finished 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in 3 trips to the States.
I believe he won his junior year.
Yep.
District 29 had a couple winners that year, Jason Suter and Hollywood winning state titles that season. $19 seconds left, still 5-2. Aquino's got to find a way to take Tyson down. Tries for the shot, Tyson just fighting it off. They'll lock him up, and then they'll go out with 3 seconds left. Of course, the finals at 189, David Wise and Mike Mendenhall will be a rematch of a dual meet between Paulsboro and Oakcrest. I think Mendenhall won that one 4-2. As we begin period number 3, Wise will be, Tyson will be on top. Tyson the senior, Aquino the sophomore. You know, you're a sophomore and you're having a great season like this, you think, boy, it can only get better, but then you look at Paulsboro and they have upper weights like Mendenhall and Curl.
Who are both sophomores. Fact is, Paulsboro has had 3 seniors in the lineup this year, so if they fill a couple of gaps down the bottom of the lineup and their lightweights, they could be in for another banner season a year from now.
Of course, Paulsboro signed a 2-year extension with Phillipsburg, and Phillipsburg was a young team too, Vogt, so I'm sure that'll be another war next year.
Oh, I think so. I think people People saw just how good Phillipsburg is and just how good Paulsboro is when they met in their dual meet. They split 7-7 in bounce.
You see Aquino, if he can pop his head out, he can get Tyson in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like he's going to get 2. He ain't get it yet. Now he does. It's 5-4. He's got to think about maybe letting him go. 1:11 left. Tyson had the lead late in the semifinals before falling to David Wise. Aquino trying to wrestle hard for 6 minutes.
Well, I don't know if I would, as strong as Tyson is, I don't know if I would keep trying to hold him down. You got to be able to turn him if you're going to hold him down.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a look over at the Deptford bench and
maybe better off cutting him loose and
trying to see, wait for those instructions to happen, but it doesn't look like it right now.
well, of course, Tyson has taken Aquino down, so Tyson looks to be the stronger wrestler on his feet.
Caution on Aquino. Or is it Tyson?
Caution on Tyson, it looks like. Sandy Hendricks, the official, giving him a little lecture on what he should do.
A lot can happen in 54 seconds.
Well, we've seen a lot happen in 10 seconds.
Well, you know, my director tells me that all the time. 54 seconds, a lot can happen. Aquino's going to try and turn him.
He's going to get in trouble.
He's got to
here
watch
unless
out
he can
because
break him.
yeah.
Got to underhook him here and break him down, number one. If Tyson stands up, they're going to break it for potentially dangerous. There, he got him down to the mat. Now he's got to try and crank him. He's only got 30 seconds to do it, but he's got to try and get a power half in. He's getting a little bit too high. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Look out, but he's got to
There's
watch.
back points.
He's got
There's
his back
a count.
points.
I only saw a 1 though.
I saw a 2 count. I think
See 2? Yeah, he's got 2.
Higgins just told him here. He has the win. He has the win if he can hold him for 13 seconds.
10 seconds.
Aquino's got to keep working on top. He can't just sit there like that. Tyson's got to work from the bottom. All he has to do is get out the tie up, but he's not going to have time.
How about
Alexis
that?
Aquino,
Oh,
3rd place.
Oh, brother.
We'll take a break. Come back for the final.